Welcome back. We are covering number 3 in 25 inspirational stories to encourage you in your business journey. And number 3 is Charlie Spencer Chaplin, aka Charlie Chaplin. But before we get started, I want to encourage you to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, which is the like button, and also click the alert button so you're also notified of future content that is released on this channel. And before we also get going, I want to encourage you, if you have not done so already, to take a listen to intro the intro video that we have for this series that's in the playlist that's in the description of this video, just to kind of walk you through the valley of disappointment that we talk about, which I think is just a good starting place for you as we cover these 25 folks that hopefully will encourage you. And again, if you're going through struggles or in the process of failing, in a business or an endeavor, or if you are taking a break because you failed in the past, but you still have that itch and that burn to try and throw your hat back in the ring to be an entrepreneur, or pursue whatever your passion is, even though you failed. I want to encourage you to think about that, right? And to not give up, right? The final chapter has not been written. So again, we're going to cover Charlie Chaplin here. And Chaplin was born on April 16th, 1889 in London, England. His father, Charles Sr., and his mother, Hannah, were both music hall entertainers, although neither one of them found much success, and in fact, quite the opposite. His mother was estranged from his father, and didn't make much of a living, nor did his father. And his father didn't provide anything for his mother, who had other kids as well. And basically, it put Chaplin and his siblings and his mother in poverty situation throughout his childhood. I mean, he had a pretty rough upbringing. At the age of 7, he was sent to a workhouse for kids, right? Where basically it's like a foster care home or group home, and for paupers, basically, when your parents just can't care for you and there's no place else for you to go. And I've heard stories about that. And I think that there's been several musicals as well, but that talk about just the dire situations and the environment that those workhouses look like. But basically, Chaplin and his siblings spent time in and out of those workhouses. He was there initially, and then after 18 months was reunited with his mother, but then was sent back because his mother basically was sent to a mental asylum, and so he was forced to go back with his siblings. And Chaplin and his older brother actually went on to live with his father for a couple of months, but his father also ended up being an alcoholic, and they were sent back to the workhouses again. So that's just for any kid, and it goes on in the United States as well. They're sent in and out of foster care. My mom, took in foster kids as well, and my youngest sister actually is adopted, and so I've been exposed to the foster care system. But that's just hard on a child when you don't have consistency in family, and just a hard upbringing for them, and so again, you take on some things that I think baggage that people probably don't even realize if you've had the good fortune of growing up in a stable household. So basically, Chaplin at a young age was forced to help his mother move around from asylum to asylum until she died. His father also died of alcoholism as well, but his mother died while in an asylum from syphilis and malnutrition, which is, again, I think where she struggled with her mental situation as well. So the times in between of caring for his mother, though, Chaplin began to perform on stage and earn money to support himself. It was out of necessity and not out of desire necessarily, right? And I think that just his exposure with his parents both being entertainers also had some influence there as well. But that being said, I think that we talk about movie stars now, and look at a lot of famous people now. But back in the day when, the film industry was just burgeoning, right? I mean, he was the biggest star in the world. I mean, he, was so famous and made so much money. I think one of his contracts was like $15 million, which, was like, I don't know, $400,000 or $500,000 in a contract back then. But he had some major critical acclaim, won 3 Academy Awards and many other film awards also. He also ended up being knighted in 1975 by Queen Elizabeth, and that was 2 years before he died in 1977. So again, he also made a comment that, in growing up, which a lot of people who struggle in life or have tough upbringings, he didn't know any better, basically. He just it was what it was, and it was just what he took on when he was looking after his mother and his siblings, right? So I think a lot of people who, you know, come up through that don't realize it until, you know, they find that success later in life. So that's going to do it for this for number 3 here with Charlie Chaplin. And again, I'm hoping you're finding value in these. And if you are, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and click the alert button so you're notified of future content. And we will talk to you at the next recording.